Yo, what's going on, people? Back again with another dose of your unpopular opinions. Akeem's in the building. What you man saying? What you saying, Akeem?
I'm good, bro. What are you saying?
Bruv, I'm all right, bruv. Frank the fraud, blood. It's a mad thing.
Yeah, you had to. That is good that you kept that on your camera roll, you know, that picture, because
bro, that ain't going nowhere until he goes somewhere, blood.
That Phil Mitchell guy, you know.
Bruv, listen, yeah. It's amazing to see, bro. It's amazing to see, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing to see, bro, because a lot of us said that Oli and Arteta would be gone and Lampard would be there the longest. A lot of Chelsea fans thought that. A lot of Chelsea fans were like, yeah, he's a club legend. There's no way the club's going to sack him. They're going to give him time. But, bro, he's done at it. 5 losses in the last 8 games.
5 losses in the last 8. And let's not forget one of them wins they even done. That Fulham win was hella dodgy anyway. Yeah. So it's like, and I swear one of their other wins as well was mad as well. Like it was like a late goal. Do you know what I mean?
Probably.
Do you know what I mean? They've got one of the best I think out of the last 15 minutes, I think they've scored either first or the second most amount of goals in the last 15 minutes of the season. So he's got out of jail a lot of times.
Yeah.
Lamps. And really and truly, you know, we need to look into how good is this guy really. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because he can't be spending this sort of money, yeah, for where are they? 8th in the league?
I think, yeah, bruv, they're like a point above Arsenal or something, I think.
Oh, do you know what I'm saying? They got slapped up by Arsenal as well.
Yeah, bro, it's mad.
So obviously Lampard. So first and foremost, though, like the question is, like, even before even talking about him, the Chelsea team, like, how good do you think the Chelsea team is? Because I'm hearing Chelsea fans say, like, all right, as much as you want to get onto Lampard, any manager who would manage this team would need a season to get all of them gelling, blah, blah, blah. So it's not Lampard's fault. So a good manager, where do you think how good do you think this Chelsea team is?
Brother, this Chelsea team challenged for the league with a good manager. I'm not trying to hear anything, bro. Yeah, I mean, like I honestly think I could do a better job than Frank Lampard. I'm not joking.
Yeah, they got a good team. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't, like, as much as
these men are saying that Kovacic, yeah, can't get a game. Bruv, he's like their best midfielder. Why is he not playing?
Yeah, because they don't rate.
Because they don't know how to utilize him. Don't make no sense to me, bro. Like, when I look at this Chelsea team, there's talent there, bro. Obviously, Kante's not who he was, but Kante can do a job, yeah. Imagine we're saying that about a World Cup winner. He could do a job, innit? Kovacic, good player. Pulisic, a player I like a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? Timo Werner's shit, but I could get a tune out of him. Do you know what I mean? He's rubbish, though. He is rubbish. You know what I mean? But he's better than Dan James. So it's one of them ones. Kai Havertz, I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's Premier League ready. I don't think he ever will be. He stinks of Henrik Mkhitaryan, bruv. And I don't ever see it working out for him here, if I'm honest. But then again, I wouldn't have bought him.
There's a lot of players who come from the German league that's like that as well.
I wouldn't have bought him, bro. Just look at his physique, bro. He's a flipping twig. I'm not buying no little skinny thing, yeah, from some foreign country expected to come here and do bits, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? And not only is he skinny, yeah, but he ain't got the mentality either. You know, there's certain man that are mad skinny, yeah, but like Amara's and that. You know them North African man, you just can't bully them, innit? You just can't. Like, it just don't matter, innit? Like, Havertz is just a flipping shrinking violet, bro. Like, he's the worst kind of player to bring to the Premier League. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can't see it ever working out for him, bro. As much as he might be good in Germany, he'll be back there soon. He'll be at Bayern Munich. He just went on to Chelsea on loan for a season. You know what I mean? And that's
a lucky player, isn't it? He's a player because of his physique and his mentality. He's the sort of player that where if you had 80% possession and you're running the game and running the league, he'll lap up goals and assists, innit?
He's an Ozil regen, innit? Except football's gone past them kind of players now. Now, I mean, we were talking about it only yesterday, and we always talk about it. Football's evolved past them Ozil kind of players that can be carried. Nah, bro, like, you can't be carried no more. Do you know what I mean? The old-fashioned number 10, yeah, that they used to be, yeah, they don't exist no more. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got to pull their weight now. There's no space for luxury players in modern football. And if they are a luxury, yeah, then they get played from out wide. But Havertz ain't got the pace. Do you know what I'm saying?
So what do you make of, like, even before we talk about like Lampard as a manager, just going even to the team and the signings, players in and out, yeah? Like, what do you make of like certain players like Ross Barkley leaving, which Chelsea fans were waving away happily about?
And he's gone and done well at Aston Villa.
Exactly. And now all of a sudden, Chelsea fans are like, oh, we never should have got rid of Ross Barkley. This is what I'm saying. But either way,
he didn't know how to handle Ross, whoever was there. I don't know if Lampard was there when Ross left, but I think he was actually, because Lampard was there for over a year.
No, he had Ross.
Yeah, but Lampard can't handle Ross. Haven't you heard how Lampard talks about football, bro? I heard him rubbing out Paul Pogba. Do you remember? Did you see that when he had the interview?
How long ago was that?
Bro, I think it was on Sky or something, and he was like, oh, like, I've seen him for a while, and he needs to do this and he needs to do that. Bro, Paul Pogba is 10 times the talent than Frank Lampard ever was, bro. And Frank Lampard's talking about he needs to do this, less of this and less of that, and get back to the basics.
I'll be honest, I've never heard Frank Lampard.
Lampard is a back to the basics kind of Brexit manager, bro. He couldn't handle someone like Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley is a flair player, yeah, that needs freedom, creative freedom. Do you know what I'm saying? So is Jack Grealish. That's why, like, Lampard don't like them kind of players. He don't. No, he likes your Billy Basics, bruv. That's why I'm surprised he even bought Havertz in the first place.
The Mason Mounts in that.
But bruv, that's it. But even Mason's got a bit about him if you let him off the leash, bro. Even Mason Mount's playing within himself for Lampard, because Mason Mount has a little bit about him. I'm starting to see little glimpses of what he could be, yeah, under a decent manager, bro. And honestly, yeah, Lampard's holding him back. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to play in the number 8. He wants to play with a bit more freedom. He wants to be a bit more creative. Lampard's got him there like a donkey.
Yeah.
And that's what Lampard wants.
It's true. But do you not think with yeah, I think the way I always see Lampard in it is that, like, if you take away his legendary status or what he done in the game, in it, like you said, he's a basic manager. He is more of a manager, like, no surprise. He strikes me as like a younger version of what Harry Redknapp would be like. Do you know what I mean? How Harry Redknapp was as a manager. Do you know what I mean? And all of these other men who basically are
just vibes managers, bro.
They're more vibes or fundamental sort of managers. Just like play for the, do you know what I'm saying? Play for the badge or work hard, be aggressive. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the difference between Harry Redknapp is Harry Redknapp was a brilliant manager. It seems like Lampard can't manage these players. They don't look like they're playing for him. You know what I mean? Players played for Harry. They would run through a brick wall for Harry. These Chelsea men don't look like they want to bleed for Frank Lampard. They don't look like they believe in him.
Which, by the way, to not have that when you're a club legend, it means that you're going to struggle. Let's keep it real, yeah? If he can't get players on side at Chelsea, he ain't going to do it anywhere else, because this is the easiest place. This is the place where, just without you even talking, people respected you. Do you know what I mean? Because you are, do you know what I'm saying? Many people think that a statue should be built outside for you. You're that much legend for the club. So you get respect. People like Mason Mount literally grew up with posters of you on his wall. Do you know what I'm saying? When he was a kid. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how much respect some of these men have for Frank Lampard. So if you can't get these players to believe in your philosophy, and you can't manage them and get them to love and like what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, bro, you're not going to do that anywhere.
Yeah.
Where else are you going to do it? Do you know what I'm saying? It's mad.
Facts. And I agree with this comment. I think Ziyech's the only player I could see doing well here, and that's because, yeah, you just can't bully him, bro. I just feel like he's got just got that roughness about him that he can just...
It reminds me, every time we talk about Ziyech, I always remember, like you just mentioned, players like Mahrez. Mahrez was... I saw there was a period of Mahrez where, like, he was getting a bit unhappy with, you know, with playing under Pep or not playing regularly. But end of the day, bro, he just shakes it off and he just keeps it moving. And he's a player that will perform under any manager. Do you know what I'm saying? If they had 5 different managers in 5 years, he will perform. I'm confident of that. And I feel like Ziyech is one of them, man. I would say the only other player who probably will still play well under any, because he's just a good fundamental player, is Ben Chilwell. But he's still not getting the most out of him. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not getting as much out of him as he should. But Ben Chilwell is going to be a top fullback.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And Jack, I remember the interview. He did say Pogba was better than him, more talented than him, because he is. But the facts are, trying to get certain players, to lose their stardust and to simplify their game kills the player. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a British thing to do, isn't it?
That's the British thing to do. I saw them do it with Joe Cole. Like, Joe Cole was one of the most talented British footballers, that you would ever see, bro. And they literally stifled every bit of invention and imagination that he had and stuck him out on the left wing when he was a number 10 and he needed the freedom to express himself. He did it at West Ham, and then Chelsea stuck him out on the left wing and killed him. Yeah. Like, we never even saw a quarter of what he was capable of because they just stuck him out in the fucking flank. He didn't have pace. What are they putting him out there for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what they do in this country, bro. Like, they absolutely kill. They kill any imagination and stifle everything, bro. Like, and that's what they've been doing in academies for years, from even when I was there. Do you know what I mean? You come in off the street and they're like, oh yeah, like they want everything to be one touch, two touch. But bruv, most of them one touch, two touch ballers, they don't win you football matches.
True.
You know what I mean? It's the players that can take a man on, that can create space, that can do the little bit difference. That's what wins you football matches. These two-touch academy robots, don't win you football matches. You know what I mean? But that's what England been producing for years until recently now. The younger players are more allowed to express themselves. Now you see the likes of the Jadon Sanchos and the Phil Fodens. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you'll never see a player like Jadon Sancho coming through for England or Phil Foden.
But then that's even when you're just talking about fundamentally, these one-touch, two-touch players. Like, the reality is that, I think a couple of weeks ago we were talking about good English managers, which we obviously talk about Lampard today, which isn't a good English manager, But that's if you look back, there was a period of like 20 years where every English manager coming through would play a similar style of football, or they just fundamentally couldn't add like any form of different style or intelligence to their tactics. Do you know what I mean? It was like, it was like everyone was following a template, like a template of the way you should play football. And I'm guessing from the academy all the way up to even the senior game in the Premier League, most of these British managers do the same thing. And until you've seen players like managers like Graham Potter or even Eddie Howe play a more risky type of football.
And even Graham Potter, was coaching in Sweden.
Exactly.
So that's what I mean. It's a different way of doing things. Do you know what I'm saying? And I played out there, and bro, I can tell you for nothing, what year would I have been out there? I've been out there in 2011. Bro, the goalkeeper at my team probably had better feet than a lot of the players outfield here that I played with. No lie, like the goalkeeper, mad techie, because we always used to start every training session with pig, like two touch up in the air. And then obviously like the people that went out first, like the first three people that went out would be on the goal line, and you have to ping the ball at them and shit. Goalkeeper, you'd always think that the goalkeeper would be on the line. The goalkeeper was never on the line, bro. Like, it's just a different thing when you go abroad and you realize what is important fundamentally in different parts of the world, bro.
Yeah.
Here, it's normal for goalkeepers to have no feet.
Yeah.
Abroad, like, if goalkeepers ain't got feet, they don't get picked because they're a player. Like, in the game, like, as soon as they took away that back pass rule, your goalkeeper's your sweeper, bro. Like, your goalkeeper's your sweeper. When I play a game, and I see a goalkeeper's average position, during a game, I know if they could play ball or not. Like, even the other day with my team, we played a friendly match, and the goalkeeper, I ended up bringing him onto my team. I ended up just signing him as part of the squad, bro. And he's young, he's like 19, but he plays semi-pro. I think he plays for Sutton or something like that, bro. The whole game he was standing on the edge of his box, when the team were attacking. And he's just an outlet, bro. When I see goalkeepers in there hardly off their line and stuff like that and can't command the box and aren't getting involved in the game, it shows that they can't read the game, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? He was just sweeping, bro, from the edge of his box. I think he was hardly in the box for most of the game, bro. Like it's like man was having a picnic on the edge of the box.
Like you said, like we always say, do you know what I mean? It's like reading the game and the intelligence and that form of intelligence and how good you are at you know that specific position, like shot stopping, is two completely different things. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of players that is good fundamentally in one way, but they haven't got the other. You know what I'm saying? There's so many good players that if you square them up 1v1, they're great defenders. You can't get past them. Do you know what I'm saying? Them Ryan Shaw crosses and that. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll get the ball out of the box. Do you know what I'm saying? From those corners, they're fundamentally good from that aspect. But to go to the next level, you've also got to have other attributes. You know what I'm saying? And obviously for keepers now in today's game, you can't just be a good shot stopper anymore.
Yeah, you have to have good feet, bro. But again, I said England are so far behind the rest of the world in terms of football that only now they're catching up now. They only realized in the Premier League that actually your goalkeepers need decent feet to play out from the back. They've been doing that for years in other countries.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
So that's why I just find it very funny. And that's why when I judge like the English players here, like I judge them being someone that's seen how football's played outside of this country, because I've played outside of this country. I've been in dressing rooms, I've been in training, so I know what it's like. And a lot of these men that people eulogize about, they ain't that flipping good, bro. Just not that good. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's just all it is, bro. So Lampard's a joker. You know what I mean? And a lot of these guys as well, when they do their badges here, and a lot of guys coach the way they were coached.
Bro, even when we're talking about badges and that, like Lampard got the Derby job. He actually signed the contract for the Derby job before he
probably didn't have the badges, and he probably got fast tracked as well.
Fast tracked, do you know what I'm saying? He didn't even have the badges, bro. Like, so the reality is this guy shouldn't even have got the Derby job, to be honest. Do you know what I'm saying? And I guess the whole process of this is a great learning. This is a great lesson. Do you know what I'm saying? This whole situation that you should look at the fundamentals of the player or the manager before you just jump up and make a decision. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it seems like Chelsea, not just Lampard with the bad signing of Lampard anyway, because he fundamentally he didn't even prove himself fundamentally at Derby, like to even get the job at Chelsea. That's the first thing. Yeah, like he didn't even prove himself. He got the same. He finished 6th place in the league. On the season he was at Derby, and he had got 1 point more than the manager before him that also got sacked. So that and by the way, he got 2 or 3 Chelsea academy players to play in that team. So the team was significantly stronger the year that he had it, and they finished 1 point more. Do you know what I'm saying? And he got the Chelsea job off the back of that.
Yeah.
And this has proven, last 12, 18 months has proven that he is not cut for this position right now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I want to just ask you about decision making, like with his lineup and that. Like, do you think he plays the right team? Like, because obviously, I said it when they first made all these signings in the summer. I was just like, I would be concerned if I was a Chelsea fan, if Lampard even knows who the best 11 is out of those players, because
he doesn't know, bro. He's still guessing even now, and this is the absolute problem. This is the absolute problem with Frank Lampard. And it was the same for Oli, though, to be fair. Like, it took Oli 2 years to kind of settle on what looked like was going to be his team. Do you know what I mean? But the difference is Oli knows how to manage these players, bro. Like, they actually want to play for him. The difference is with Lampard, I don't think these guys give a shit. I genuinely don't think they believe in him. I think they can see that he doesn't know what he's doing. The difference between Oli and Lampard is the Man United players, it looks like they want Oli to do well. They want him to be the guy. Whereas these guys don't look fussed with Lampard. You know what I mean? And the thing is, because of Lampard as well, because of how he was as a footballer, he's probably got a massive ego. Do you know what I mean? Oli doesn't. So Lampard's probably coming with his big ego. I've won all this, that, and the other. And it's rubbed the players up the wrong way. And they're thinking, fuck this guy, you ain't done nothing in football though as a manager. I don't care what you've won. Whereas Oli's a lot more humble in the sense that, like, he addresses the players almost like he's on their level, even though he shouldn't, but it works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
You know why? Because obviously, look, I don't know Lampard as a person. Do you know what I'm saying? But based on what
I don't know him as a person, but I know people that know him, and I know people that have met him. Yeah, and do you know what I mean? He seems a bit full of himself, innit? And fair enough, he's achieved a lot in his life. But bruv, these new school ballers don't give a shit about that, bro.
100%. And you got to hit the reset button when you're a manager, man. Like you should be like, you don't care who. No, you need to come with the. He seems like he walks around with a chip on his shoulder of who he is, like, or what he's done for in his playing career. Completely separate, bro. Like even if you take pretty much the most of what at least 50% of the greatest managers of all time, most of them were crap ballers, man. It don't matter. Like, do you know what I'm saying? You can't drag that into your managerial career. And I feel like, yeah, you're right. I feel like even when you hear him talk in press conferences, don't get me wrong, he's very, very good at the press conferences in comparison to like Ollie. Much better. Yeah, that's probably his biggest strength.
Well, one, he's speaking in his native language, and two, he's private school educated. Exactly. So, like, what do you expect?
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that he's smart at, that he fills people with confidence in Chelsea fans and probably the board with confidence. By the way he talks, like he's good at making him look upset when they have bad results and blah blah blah. But even the way he talks in press conferences for a new manager, bro, this man has been even manager for 2 to 3 years. Bro, the way he talks in some of these press conferences, you'll think it's flipping Mourinho or flipping. Who's he thinking, bro? Like,
that's what I'm saying. The guy is absolute, bro. He's a clown. He's actually a clown, bro. And that's where it comes from, the ego. You need to hit the reset button as a manager. He hasn't done that. He needs to humble himself. And, you know what I mean? And that's the reason why he's lost that dressing room and he'll never get it back, bro. He'll never get it back. Like, his days are massively numbered, bro. And boy, I can't wait till he gets sacked to hear the excuses he makes, bro, because he's got a certain arrogance about him that, like, I'm gonna laugh. I can't lie.
So what does he have to do if you were like the Chelsea board or whatever? What does he have to do to get sacked realistically? Like what has to happen at the end?
He's doing the right things. You know what I'm saying, bro? 5 losses in 8, bro. Like, bro, they're 1 point behind Arsenal, who was having the worst season in their history, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think Arsenal are going to be okay. I think that Arteta's turning it around. I think he's found his formula with the kids. I think he's realized that a lot of the older players he can't rely on, and he's found the formula with the kids. The same way Lampard had the kids the season before that were playing out of their skin, and they made him look good. You know what I mean? And now he's brought in players. He can't manage the egos. He can't manage the different styles.
Because on that note, when you're talking about youngsters, what are we saying about man like Callum Hudson-Odoi, Tammy Abraham?
I just don't think they're that good. I don't think Tammy Abraham's good. Like, Saka's better than him. Smith Rowe's better than him. Martinelli's better than him. What about
Callum Hudson?
Callum Hudson-Odoi is just talent at the moment. I haven't seen anything from him yet to suggest that he should be starting week in, week out in the Premier League, bro.
Which is mad after how long he's been around for. By now, people should be able to be more. That's what everyone says about Callum Hudson. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just, bro. Like, no one really has seen enough from him positively to say anything positive about
I've seen glimpses. I've been hearing about him from when he was a kid. Like, literally, and it was just bare tricks and that on Instagram, little videos, and like, look at this guy's feet, and he was looking like Cristiano Ronaldo, bruv, in the reserves. But bro, stepping up to men's football is a different thing.
Application, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. So I can't say he looks very, very talented, but he hasn't shown me anything in first team football to suggest that he deserves to be starting ahead of a Pulisic or a Ziyech. And as for this comment on the Ziyech thing, yeah, not only are you so far away with this comment, yeah, but it's like, again, this is the kind of attitude, yeah.
What did he say?
No, he said that he's lazy and he needs to spend time in the gym, which is nonsense. And also he has to chase people when he's lost the ball. Again, that's nonsense. You see a player like Ziyech, yeah? Ziyech is one of the only game changers that Chelsea have.
100%.
You have to build your team around players like that. You see the way that Liverpool build their team around Mo Salah, and Mane has to track back, but Salah doesn't? That's how you build your team around a player like Ziyech, because Ziyech can win a game for you. Chelsea don't have match winners in that team. He's one of them. He can play that pass, or he can score that goal. Do you know what I mean? So all this talk about he needs to chase this, that. No, he doesn't. Get someone else to chase. Do you know what I'm saying? Get someone else to do his running.
I don't think Lampard's ever gonna see Ziyech as the match winner though. That's one of his mistakes. I don't think
because Lampard just wants to fucking Do you know what I mean? He just wants the bloody ready salted everything, mate. Do you know what I mean? Just take all the flavors away, bruv. You know what I mean? Ready salted. That's what he is. He's a ready salted manager. And that's why he deserves to be managing in the fucking conference or something with a bunch of plumbers. That's his level. You know what I'm saying? That's his level, mate.
Listen, the maddest thing about it is that Chelsea spent all this money, They can talk about gelling all they want, but the fundamentals, is that no player is playing better this season or even better. Bro, they've all actually dropped a level of quality. Like even Kante, you're talking about Kante, World Cup winner. Many people said 18 months ago, best midfielder in the world. You know, and now, okay, I know he's had a couple of injuries, but like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, even him, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see where the positives have come for Chelsea. Like, obviously, they had the issues with Kepa. People thought once Kepa would move on, there'll be no more issues. The defense won't be leaky. They won't concede as many goals. And quite frankly, in the last 12 months, they're still relying on players like Giroud sometimes to get them out of trouble. And it's like, I would just be pissed if I was Chelsea, because I would just think, bro, you've bought all these hitters.
There's no reason that Giroud shouldn't be starting for Chelsea based on what everyone else is doing.
He shouldn't. He should. Exactly. And the mad thing is, like, bro, we were sitting there in the summer, innit? I remember we were all frustrated every week seeing Chelsea throw up some new flipping, holding some new shirt. Do you know what I'm saying? Every single week for like 6 weeks, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show you can put bare man in a squad, but if you can't manage them, it's worthless. It's worthless. Do you know what I'm saying? And shout out on that note, obviously yesterday, shout out to Leicester, because Leicester, they just make straight swap. They make moves. They don't buy 100 players in one window and blow the budget. They sell someone, they buy someone. Do you know what I'm saying? They sold Chilwell. They brought in Tony Castagna, who can play both sides, left back and right back. Do you know what I'm saying? For half the price that they sold Chilwell for. Brilliant business.
Bro, they bought a whole training complex with the Maguire money, bro. Like their club's run so beautifully.
Come on, bro. Look at the way that club is run. Do you know what I'm saying? We're halfway through the season. Yeah. I'm not even trying to say they're in the title race, but halfway through the season, they're top of the league, bro.
Yeah.
Leicester. Do you know what I'm saying? Leicester without Kante, no Mahrez. An aged Vardy who's like 34 now, bro. They're top of the league. They're top of the league. A manager people laughed at, Brendan Rodgers, which I don't know if you had anything to say about Brendan Rodgers' rants, but Brendan Rodgers was laughed at about 4 years ago.
Brendan Rodgers is a brilliant manager, bro. And you know what the maddest thing is, I'd take him straight up. You see the way United are doing this Brexit ball thing where we want to bring in these British players, bro. He's the best manager for these players.
Yeah,
he's the best manager for these players, bro. Shout out Madders as well. Like everyone was eulogizing over Madders post-match thing, but bruv, that's just how Madders is, isn't it?
What did he say post-match? I didn't see it.
Bruv, he done like a 4-minute interview, and he just basically gave an in-depth talk about the team spirit at Leicester. He was like, listen, if you're not a grafter, the gaffer's not picking you. And he just said, you know what, other teams will be able to spend more money than us, but the team spirit here is 10 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? Everyone works. Tactically, we changed a few things. You know what I mean? He was saying we kind of changed it to a 4-4-2 out of possession, 4-3-3 in possession and stuff. And he kind of just gave a bit of a tactical insight about what Brendan's doing, innit? And people loved it, but that's what Madders is like. He's just mad cheeky.
I need to watch that still.
He's just a proper guy, bro. It's all over Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've met him a couple of times. He's just a proper, like, that's how he is, innit? Like, and the thing is, a lot of footballers, they're not kind of allowed to express themselves and have a personality. And to be fair, a lot of them don't really have personalities anyway. They're dull as fuck. They've been in the academy since they were kids, and they're just robots, innit? But Madders has got a personality. You can see it by the way he dresses. You know what I mean? He's a proper drip merchant, blood. Madders loves a fucking Louis V bag, blood.
We're talking about that last week.
You know, we were talking about it. So Madders has got a big personality in it, and only certain managers can handle players like him. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's clearly been given the license to be himself, to enjoy his football. That's why he signed a new deal at Leicester. He loves it there. And bro, like, it's testament to what Brendan's doing, man. Like, he's a top manager.
You know what makes me laugh as well, bro? Like, I remember when Emery got sacked, innit? And Arsenal fans were laughing at the thought of Brendan Rodgers. They were like, Brendan Rodgers is nowhere near good enough to manage Arsenal. Bro, they were literally, I remember, because let's not forget, Brendan Rodgers was at the front of the queue. Do you know what I'm saying? He was odds, I think he was like second or third odds to be the next manager. Do you know what I'm saying? When Allegri got dropped down, it wasn't going to be him. He was a favourite. And Arsenal fans were getting mad. Like, if we get Brendan Rodgers, that would be a joke. That's a piss take, bro. The Brendan Rodgers is a good manager. Yep. And we would never have him, obviously, because he's been a Liverpool manager, so it will never happen. But
I'd still take him. I don't care about that.
Yeah, we don't care about that. But you know.
I don't think the board care about that either, bro. If I'm being honest, yeah. Like, listen, bro. Carlos Tevez played for both teams. Like, played for Man City. Like, fucking Dennis Law played for Man City, bro. Peter Schmeichel played for Man City.
Apparently, Dennis Law gets a pass still. But all the
I'm telling you, yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, Peter Schmeichel, yeah, played for Man City, and he still has the cheek to come out and talk about Manchester United like he's still one of us, bro, and people still accept Peter Schmeichel. So the way I see it is, yeah, I'm not trying to hear anything. Like, you can't just be like, yeah, he gets a pass, but he doesn't. It's either we don't fuck with the ops or we do what's best for us, innit? Like, if man get offered Raheem Sterling, we're taking him. I don't care.
But that's the reason why look, you get all that talk with like how much Arsenal and Chelsea hate each other. Look how many deals they've done between each other. Every year, them two teams are doing deals together every year. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, like, don't believe the hype. You know them ones. Do not believe the hype. At the end of the day, yeah, these men will do the deal if it makes sense. Brendan Rodgers is the best British manager.
He is
by far.
Hands
do you know
down.
what I'm saying? So,
but bro, another manager who has experience outside of the English game as well, which is another reason why. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of coaching, when he was coaching and learning, he was taking in information not just from the Premier League or the Championship, which has probably made him a part of the manager that he is today. Do you know what I mean? So big up Brendan Rodgers for real, and big up Leicester as well for being top of the league halfway through the season.
This is funny, bro. You're right, RB, though. It's true. Bruno said that Oli just told him to do what he did at Sporting. He did say that. He did. That's hilarious. But that's the difference. And that's the difference between coaches and man managers, isn't it? Now, Oli's doing a great job as a man manager, but his coaching always lets him down in the big games. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what it is. It's not even a personal thing with my manager, because as a Manchester United fan, when he came in, I wanted him to do well. I wanted him to do well because there's so many good memories I have of him as a footballer. How could I not want him to do well? Do you know what I'm saying?
If anything, bro, it hurts even more when you like someone and they're messing about. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you know that they're not good enough, because that's even worse. Because it's like that's what makes you more annoyed. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so, bro, that's why I don't understand. But sometimes you got to separate the man from the club as well. Like, at the end of the day, and I think Chelsea fans have to start asking themselves this question as well. While we're even about the whole Lampard thing, is that they need to separate who he was as a player to fundamentally, is he good for your football club now as a manager? Yeah, and he's not. That's it. But if you ask Chelsea fans, they're still backing him because he's lamps.
Absolutely. You know fuck that. Like, Ollie's bought himself some time with the fact that we're top of the league and the performances. So the heat's off him for now. Do you know what I'm saying? And rightly so. Like, he's earned a bit of respite. Even though there's been a couple times that I don't know how he survived. Right now, he's there on merit. Do you know what I'm saying? Lampard's not there on merit.
It's funny.
And that's the difference. And bro, to meet your chat, bro, there's a video out there with me and Madders. We done like a Fresh Ego Kid like poker tournament and that, and I was presenting it, and I asked him about coming to United because he's a United fan, innit? Like, he used to sleep in a Rooney shirt. So like I said to him, yo, like, when you come into United and that, and he was just busting up and that, and I was trying to do the agent thing, but he wasn't having it still.
Bro,
like that.
It'd be good for United still.
Yeah, but yeah, I done that. I think that was, I want to say that was the season before last. I think, yeah, I was trying to get him to come to United still, but you get me now, bruv. Madders is a bad boy. And yeah, I'm off Twitter. I'm off Twitter, yeah, but I still go on there just for news, innit? So I told man I got a burner account. Man knows. I don't follow, I follow like 5 or 6 accounts, like just news accounts. Do you know what I mean? So I can see what's going on with the football news. But that's it. I don't follow any football Twitter accounts, whatever. It's a tiny account just so I can stay up to date with the news. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's important, bro. For the job that man's doing, I need to know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. And Twitter's where all the news is. So yeah, that's about it, man. But yeah, Leicester moving in silence, 100%.
Moving in silence. And trust me, the way they're moving as well, do you know what I'm saying? People can't even I saw a message saying I can't believe Leicester scoring and it's not Vardy every week. And it's like it's not even just relying on Vardy. They got a great team fundamentally. Do you know what I'm saying? Ndidi, Tillemans, Maddison. Do you know what I'm saying? The back line is solid. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're probably the best run club in the league. Do you know what I'm saying? Like let's keep it 100 because they have no business being up at the top of the league halfway through the season. Do you know what I'm saying? They didn't spend mad money in comparison to the main clubs we always talk about, but bro, even in comparison to Everton, they didn't spend that as much. Do you know what I'm saying? They have no business really being there. Do you know what I'm saying? To be honest, they got Iheanacho who isn't consistent, and they got Vardy, who many people thought he was done out by now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Up top. Do you know what I'm saying? And at the back, they lost Chilwell. And they replaced it with a player that many people wasn't too sure of, even though he had an incredible season last year at Atalanta. But they somehow got better. Yeah. And that's because they've grown as a team, and everything obviously that you've just said, Maddison said in that interview, it's the truth. It sounds like the truth, isn't it? I'm going to check it out, but do you know what I'm saying? If I was a player right now, I'd probably love to be in a camp like Leicester. It looks like he's well run. It looks like the manager knows what he's doing. The coaching staff knows what they're doing, and they're making moves every year. Last 5-6 years, they're making moves every single year and progressing every single year. And to be honest, a lot of us other clubs, we're taking 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's what we're doing every year. Or sometimes 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, depending on which team you are. Do you know what I'm saying?
True stories, bro. It's a mad thing. All right, big up this comment. Bro, this wouldn't really surprise me, but again, that's the problem. If Oli had a proper coach instead of Michael Carrick, we'd win the league. All due respect to Michael Carrick, yeah, he's not a coach, bro. He ain't done nothing in football. Yeah, he ain't done nothing in football as a coach for man to respect him. Him and Kieran McKenna clearly are the guys doing the coaching, innit? Which is why
Aaron Fletcher now. As well.
Yeah, you see Fletcher on. I saw pictures of Fletcher on the pitch and stuff like that. Like trying to get involved, but these guys are not proper football coaches.
But this is the problem, innit? It's like once again, it's all
they're coaching how they were coached,
bro. All of this is just ancestral, innit? That's what it is. Like it's the same way that, bro. Obviously, we've all seen the news about 3 days ago. Oh, David Beckham giving the job to Phil Neville to run his to manage his club, bro. It's just so like it's almost like an old boys club. Do you know what I'm saying? They all got a WhatsApp group pinging deals to each other, hit left, right, and center. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Darren Fletcher is loved by all of that class of '92. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not surprised he got the job. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not surprised. He was loved by Alex Ferguson. We know Alex Ferguson still got so much importance at the club. Sir Alex Ferguson even said that's been one of his favorite players to work under that second stint. Let's say that second run that we had. Obviously, the team that we spoke about last week, that 08, 09 to 2010 year, bro. Because he's a great servant of the club. Do you know what I'm saying? Darren Fletcher. So these sort of players, these sort of coaches, and I'm not saying Darren Fletcher's a bad coach. I don't know. But he got the job on the. You could say he got the job because of what he done as a player.
But it was a nepotism thing because Darren Fletcher was one of the names in the hat along with Rio, for the director of football job, and now all of a sudden he's a coach. When did he even get his badges? No, honest question. I don't know, bro. Like I don't know. Nepotism, bro. In the long term, will ruin us, bro.
But you know that sentence. It's a classic sentence. But they know the club. They know the club inside out. That's what they say in it. They know the club. Well, because they know where the toilets are inside the flipping inside the flipping club room. Do you know what I'm saying?
And you know the name of the tea lady. Who cares about all that? Who cares about all of that? I'm at a point now, yeah. Well, clearly, yeah. Ollie loves the football club. Do you know what I mean? He's absolutely shit at doing press conferences. Like it makes my ears bleed. Wow. But his man management is very good, clearly, in it. Like the players have respect for him. So just get him a coach. Get him a coach and just let him be the manager. Just get him a coach. Get someone that's tactically very good, that can do all the drills for him, and then just let Ollie pick the team on Saturday. Because that's what Sir Alex Ferguson did for a lot of the time. You stood on the side.
Sir Alex Ferguson relied on assistance a lot of the time, bro. Even from flipping, bro. Every single one of them, especially Carlos Carroll's, actually spoke out about how extra work he had to do. More with Sir Alex Ferguson than any other manager he was around in his career. Sir Alex Ferguson, he had to work like a dog. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so absolutely. And he went and he got the Real Madrid job off that because people understood the importance of Queiroz at United. Yeah. Even from getting players in, like Nani and Anderson and them man there, bro. Like he knew that Portuguese market. Like the guy was actually so instrumental in what we did. And Sir Alex Ferguson did that a lot, bro. Like he had brilliant number twos in, that coached and he managed.
Bro,
do you know what I'm saying?
You just got a deep, This is how iconic Sir Alex Ferguson was in the British game the last 30 years, bro. Like he was so popular and famous as a fundamental manager, that he managed, whatever reason it was, but he managed to make the number twos, like you just said, so popular or so much to the forefront of the game that they'll get a big job after. Bro, most assistant managers no one can even name in the Premier League.
Everyone always knew Fergie's number twos.
Bro, everyone knew Fergie's number two. Everyone knew Fergie's number two, bro. And you know what? You think about it, bro. Fergie, the amount of players that have become managers now that he's managed in the last 30 years, bro. You can probably name 20, 25 of them in the British game that are managers now. It's mad, bro.
And they're all shit.
Yeah, they're all
You know why? Because they ain't got good coaches.
But they got the clout because they can say, I was in Sir Alex Ferguson's team. All right, cool, you got the job.
Yeah. Honestly, bro, like what they've learned from Sir Alex Ferguson, the reason why they can't replicate it is because Sir Alex Ferguson had brilliant coaches as well. These men think that they could just go in there and do the brethren thing and then just win stuff. It's not how it works. There was a method to Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
There was a method to him. There's no method to these men. These men are going in there, on like Ollie's on the nickname thing and the hugs and that. And that will work because Jose was in the club and absolutely left a dark cloud over it. So Ollie's been a breath of fresh air. But in the big games, being friends with the players ain't enough to get you over the line, unfortunately.
No.
This is when you need a proper tactician. This is when you need a proper number two. This is when you need a proper number two that's actually going to challenge you as well and say to you, no, we should do this. Like, bruv, Carrick can't tell Ollie what substitution to make.
But you know what, though, bro? Like, I feel like sometimes it's just fundamentally, I feel like a lot of these man can do their coaching badges, but the reality is, some of these man, even before they retired, you can tell they're not going to be good managers, bro. Like,
but that's what I mean. Rooney's just got the Derby job, bro. I'll give him 6 months, bro.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, no disrespect in it, but man like Paul Scholes, like he's not built to be a manager, innit? Like, bro,
no.
Like, does not.
Just from the shit he talks on TV, you know that he's got no sense. He's got no sense, and you know what it is, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible, because obviously I respect footballers. I've been around them a lot of the time and stuff, but bro, most of these guys, bro, like they don't have basic sense, bro. Like, not in a bad way. I mean, a lot of them don't have basic sense, bro. A lot of these men don't have basic intelligence of like a normal level of intelligence, bro. And then you put them on TV and expect sense to come out their mouth.
Exactly. Then you put him on you give him a manager's job and you expect them to do a good job, bro. Come on. None of that.
Brother, hey, that's why you shouldn't be too disappointed when you see some of your heroes speak. Like, honestly, yeah, when I see Scholes speak, yeah, about football sometimes, yeah, I just think if he wasn't a footballer, I don't know what he would have been. Do you know what I mean?
Right, you know what? I spent my whole childhood wondering, why does this guy put in a 10 out of 10 performance, 2 goals, scores a brace, 10 out of 10 performance, gets the match ball, and at the end of the game, he doesn't talk to the press. And I was thinking, why does Sir Alex Ferguson, or why does he not talk to the press in it? But now I understand why, in it. Sir Alex Ferguson probably told him, obviously, like we know Paul Scholes is probably quite like.
They just said he's tapped. He probably said, you know what, this kid, he's not the brightest. Yeah, just keep him away.
You know what I'm saying? He's probably like, anyone but Scholesy. Yeah, any of you, man, just go out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know he probably controlled that, because we know that Alex Ferguson controlled the narrative so much. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, listen, I agree. And you know, someone just listed some managers that Alex Ferguson has managed that are now managers. Bro, there's a bear of them. There's even a man like Steve Bruce, Mark Hughes, bro. Like, there's bear of them, like who's now become managers. And I'm starting to wonder who is even the best out of all of them. I can't even think off the top of my head. And it just shows fundamentally, it's not just about what you learn from your boss as a player. Yes. And it's not also just about getting your coaching badges. It's about fundamentally, like, do you have a footballing brain that can transfer as a manager? And some players just don't have it. It don't matter how much coaching badges you do. It don't matter if you played under Pep, Klopp, Mourinho, and Fergie. Like,
just because you're in the system, it doesn't mean that you understand how it works. Exactly. You don't understand the mechanics of it. Yeah, just because you can drive a car, that doesn't mean that you can fix a car.
Two different things.
Two different things. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't understand. Just because you've been a footballer, that doesn't mean, just because you've been a driver, that doesn't mean you understand the mechanics of a car. Just because you've been a footballer, it doesn't mean you understand the mechanics, of tactics, formations. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't mean that. So just because you've been a footballer, that doesn't make you a shoe-in to be a manager. And this is what we're saying. You're saying Klopp's the best man manager in the league, but if that's the point, if that's the case, then how come you lot can't buy a fucking goal right now? Do you know what I mean? He's not the best man manager in the league. He's the best coach in the league. He's not the best man manager in the league. How come he can't get fucking Mane and Salah to get on then?
People think he's best man manager because he hugs at full time in that and does all that.
Yeah, sometimes when he wins.
Yeah, when he wins, yeah.
When he wins. Do you know what I mean? How come all these years, Mane and Salah are still playing like they hate each other?
Trust me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bruv, when you say he's the best man manager, let's not go too far. He's the best manager in the league, point blank, period, innit? But he's not the best man manager. Like, even Pep Guardiola, he ain't a great man manager. It's been announced, bruv. A lot of Pep's players, when they're winning, they don't like him. But they put up with him because he's a perfectionist and he gets results. But a lot of them don't like him.
Poch was a good man manager, though.
He was a great man manager. I've spoken to people that played for Poch and they loved him. They actually loved him. Do you know what I mean? Like, even when Tottenham sacked him, like, my man, like, left. He left notes on the board for them and shit like that. A few of them called him, all of them things. Bruv, listen, you know what I mean? That's not going to be the same for all managers. It's not going to be the same, bruv. When Pep finally leaves Man City, bro, I swear down, man are not going to be queuing up there to get into his house. There's going to be bare man that think, oh, thank God that flipping bald prick's gone. Like, I swear down.
Trust me, and even if you're looking at Lampard's probably those sort of play one of them sort of managers that, like, bro, they respect him so much because of what he done, but as a guy and as a person, they probably don't even like him that much. So that's the reality. And some managers like Pep or Lampard, that's not their strength, and I can't see that being Lampard's strength. Do you know what I'm saying? Just like he's not Pep's strength, like. And he's got to focus on having some form of strength, because at the moment he's nothing more than just a legendary player who's now managing the club that he loves. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a mad one. It's a mad one. It's going to be interesting to see how these players react, because we're obviously talking about man management. It would be good to see how these players react to losing 5 and 8.
Yeah,
going back to Chelsea, and also how they react to, you know, if they end up finishing what 7th or 8th this season, because that's a possibility, bro. Like the teams at this season, it's not. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not easy. It's not a shoe-in to finish top 4. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not a shoe-in to finish top 5.
Not at all.
You could easily finish 7th this year. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Facts. You man, big up everyone inside. 1.6k in here. Smash the like, please. Just under 500. Let's get them that views to like ratio up, man. Loving the interaction as usual. 1 second. Man said in the UK. Yeah, bruv. Listen, in Spain and that, these men are doing degrees and stuff while they're playing football, you know. Like, do you know what I mean? I think Fabregas has like 2 degrees and that. A lot of these men ain't even got GCSEs, because they sacrifice their basic education to play football. And you can tell when you put them on TV.
You can tell, bro. Like,
you can tell. Do you know what I mean? And you expect these men to be good managers, and they're not even coherent human beings. Allow it, bro. Like, not trying to hear that. So, bro, it gets like that sometimes. You know, like that. It gets like that, bro. And that's why, yeah, just because man was a wavy baller, do you know what I'm saying? Just because man was a wavy baller, that don't mean, yeah, that my man's got the tools to be a manager. It doesn't. You know what I mean? And they shouldn't be on TV either, bro, because these men are not even intelligent for that.
To be honest, like out of a lot of those, even if you just look at the Man United players, like even out of those legendary players that we had over the last 20, 30 years, bro, they even forgetting even the managers, because we've already just pretty much outlined that there's not been a good real manager that's come from that whole Fergie team. Like there's been a bunch of average managers. There's not even that many good pundits from that whole Fergie era. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you just said, most of them, like you said, bro, like they don't even. I would probably say for the clickbait, probably Roy Keane, just because he's probably smart enough to realize what he's doing. But he doesn't understand the football. He just
Roy Keane ain't got a clue about the football. You see, he doesn't talk about tactics when you watch Roy Keane. It's always, should have got stuck in there talking about players' attitudes and that. That's all he knows about. Man, ask man about a football change or what changed the game, Roy. What changed the momentum? What happened? I don't know. Should have smashed him.
You don't know anything else. That's it.
You don't know nothing.
That's it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nothing, bro. I sat there and watched him and Cahill. Cahill was talking about tactics and that. Akeem was like, yeah, but this, that, and the other, but. Just trying to bully, man. Like he's still on the pitch.
And then if all else fails for Keane, he slips into meme mode, innit? And he'll just say something mad. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll just say something mad, and then that way everyone laughs and then they move on. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's it. It's cool. But just understand that don't make the assumption that all these footballers, however good they were as players, even can be good pundits, because they can't. Not everyone can. Do you know what I mean? Maybe Gary Neville's pretty much the only one who's like intelligent, who's smart enough to like break things down. Like from a man, I'm talking the last 20, 30 years from out of all the Man United players. Owen Hargreaves as well. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a couple of them, Rio Ferdinand, but most of them, other than that, they don't really. You see it when they come on. Do you know what I'm saying? You see that they can't break down and understand the fundamentals of the game, but they're on TV because they are who we all know. Do you know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Like they've been a legendary player and won trophies, and therefore they're talking about the game.
Yeah,
that's just the world.
My man said, "What education did Rashford sacrifice for him not to know the offside rule?" I'm dying,
bro.
But man don't know the offside rule, yeah. But my man's doing a hella work on Twitter, bro. That's how you know it's not him tweeting. I told you, man, already. Yeah. You know, like that is what it is. Bro.
You know the thing with Rashford, yeah, which is why Rashford doesn't strike me. That's why I'll never forget the moment when I was like, I don't know if this is Rashford who's tweeting, yeah. Well, the day after me and you done a show, yeah, and you were like, Rashford's not doing his tweets, and I was like, huh? Isn't he? So what I done here is I was like, you know what, man ain't seen all the tweets. So I actually pressed the bell next to his name, innit? I was like, let man see all of these tweets run through. Bro, the day after he done something like my statement to the PM, bro, he had some essay thing, about a full bare big words to Prime Minister. No, he didn't do that still, bro. He did not do that.
Bro, it's a mad thing, I'm telling you, bro. And that's for Peter Schmeichel, bro. I had to stick it on Peter Schmeichel, bro. Like he'll never chat to me, bro. He don't like me. Because I remember I was at the Best Awards with Flex at the time, and we were interviewing him for the United Stand, and he was chatting shit, bruv. And I just had to just put it on, man, quickly. Just rubbish, you know, just doing that sensational, oh yeah, you're not a real fan if you don't back the manager and all these things. And I was thinking, shut up, man. You played for Man City, you scrub. You know them ones. Like, don't try it, bro. Like you're read through and through in that and talking about, do you know what I mean? Fuck off, man. Do you know what I mean? I had enough of him. He's just on the sensationalist bullshit. He don't know nothing about football. And I was just like, loudest spray. I had to walk away because I was like, bruv, I'm going to ruin the interview.
Trust me.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's just one of them ones, bro. He's a knob. Do you know what I'm saying? He don't know nothing about football, bro. You know what I mean? And
that's some of the saddest things, isn't it? That not even just Man United players, but other players that you like or you liked growing up. When you meet them, bro, a lot of these guys are assholes, bro. They're not nice, bro. They're just donuts. A lot of them. That's the reality of it, bro. When you meet them, you're like, "Raw, is this what you actually like?" Yeah, okay. Do you know what I mean? So,
Roy Keane, he was like, "Oh, I like McTominay. I even like his haircut." I remember that. Allow it, like, bruv, like, now Roy Keane's a scrub, man. He's a scrub. He's a horrible pundit. He's so bad, bro. And the thing is, it's funny, like my man said, you know the amount of things I say, yeah, and then these man say like 2-3 months later, and it's like, do you man not watch football every week like everyone else? No, you don't. Because if you're not getting paid to be in the studio, you're not watching us.
Trust me.
You know what I'm saying? You're not watching us, bro.
Bro, let's not get twisted. Most of these man, let's say the man who go on Match of the Day and that, bro, they get given the show notes, you know. So everything they're talking about, for people who don't know, they've already got it written by researchers of the show. The researchers of Match of the Day and all these shows will give you all the notes and everything. You just got to come across and not make it look like you're looking at a teleprompter or looking at some notes when the camera's not on you, and you just talk. That's it. So even when you think that they're talking sense, a lot of the time, bro, it's not from their own mouth. It's show notes from a researcher who's looked at it for 12 hours and giving you the notes. And you're getting the glory. Really, it's the researcher that should get the glory. Do you know what I'm saying? These teams they got big teams. You know, it's like if you watch the 6 o'clock news in an hour's time, bro. Like you think that news reporter's been spending time scanning Twitter, and bro, they're not. They've got the notes and they're reading it out. They're just a front face. Yeah, understand the difference, bro. Like, and that's why you realize a lot of these footballers. If you look carefully, on the footballers that don't know what they're talking about, or the coaches or the managers. If you watch how they are on Match of the Day or some of these other broadcast shows, I'm not, and by the way, I'm only just saying Match of the Day is one of many. Do you know what I'm saying? If you look at that and then you look at how they are on a normal shoot, maybe with someone else, like away from the television studio, bro, you realize the comfort levels, bro. Like you realize they don't talk as clear and succinct about football. They don't really know that much. And when you start spotting these things, that's where you'll notice, oh my days, these man actually don't know as much as I thought they do, because don't make that assumption just because they were top footballers. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a completely separate game. Yeah.
Absolutely, bro. But again, you have to be in a position. We're lucky though, because we're in a position that we get to meet these people. We've been in Sky Studios and all these other things, so we know how it really looks like behind the scenes. A lot of the time, people just see what it looks like in front of the camera, and they have a certain perception, but really, they don't know what goes on behind the camera. Do you know what I mean? They don't know how little these men actually know. They don't understand that they've got teleprompters. They don't understand that they've got notes that their men are turning over and turning over. These men are sitting in a green room. All the stuff that you see on the screen is not even really there. Do you know what I mean? There's so many different things that people don't understand. So they think, oh yeah, like they've done the research. No, they haven't. You've literally got a researcher for the show that tells you everything. Do you think all these men memorize stats and all these things? They don't even watch the game.
They don't watch the game. That's
they don't watch the game. These men are, bruv, while the game's on, these men are going to have biscuits and that.
Pouring a new cup of tea and that. And
I swear down, these men are having tea and biscuits during the game. We see when we're watching the game and you think they're in the studio watching the match. These men are on the phone to their missus, having tea and biscuits and that. They're in the green room, mate. You man actually think they're watching the match? Hey, mad thing. Listen, brother. You know what I'm saying? No, it doesn't happen, people.
Someone made another comment. You ain't clicked it, but it's just I just have to just reference it. Someone said about come on, guys, these guys play the game at the highest level. Like, no one's doubting.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it don't mean that. No one's saying that they haven't played at the highest level, but that just doesn't mean it doesn't automatically mean they know everything about football. They know a lot about football to break it down and explain it to people or talk about it and people understand what they're saying.
Look at every single sport, yeah. Man want to talk about all sports, yeah. Forget football for a second. How many top elite boxers, yeah, are boxing coaches? How many of them have champions?
Or even pundits, bro. Even boxing pundits. How many retired boxers are top boxing pundits? There's a lot of them when they go on TV.
Most of them aren't even the top fighters, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Most of them aren't even the top fighters. Most of them aren't. Do you know what I mean? If you're being honest,
boxing's a great example that's similar to football in that sense, bro. Sometimes these boxers go on as pundits for some of these fights, and you're just like, Rod.
You're like, bro, what are you talking about,
bro? They're not even explaining things properly. But do you know what I'm saying? They're just like, you're just like, what are you on about? Do you know what I mean? So it happens, and I bet it happens in every. I bet it happens in the NBA as well. Just because Stephen A. Smith is not a ball player, that doesn't mean to say,
bro, the most respected pundits, yeah, in the game out there are not even ex-players, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like guys like flipping, like Nick Wright, like Stephen A, like even Shannon. Shannon was a football player, and he talks about basketball, and no one rubs him out because you didn't play basketball, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? No, they respect his opinion because he understands, and these men are all educated at a high level. The States is a bit different because even when you're athletes, you still go through the collegiate system. In England, you don't. A lot of these boxers as well, yeah, they're good fighters and that, but they're not the sharpest tools either. A lot of them, man, they come from underprivileged backgrounds, didn't do well in school, and a lot of them, if they weren't boxing, they'd probably be doing crime or they'd be doing manual jobs or something, whatever. Like, not that there's any shame in that, but I'm saying that a lot of them man don't have the acumen to do other things, bro. 100%. Do you know what I'm saying? So when you got these men as commentators, a lot of the time these men don't know what they're watching. They just know, yeah, I go in the ring and I survive, cuz.
Yeah.
And then I put food on the table for my family, and then we do it again next week. A lot of these men have got trainers. If their trainers said to them, why do you think we do this drill? Some of them I won't even know. My trainer tells me to run, so I run. He tells me to do 100 sit-ups, so I do 100 sit-ups. He tells me to do this, so I do that. Bruv, these men are being coached.
They don't know the why. You're right. They don't know the why.
They don't know the why. They just know that, if I do this, I'll win my fight. They don't know all the in-betweens and the science, and it's not their job to know. Do you know what I mean? So they're not going to go from saying, this is how I was trained, so this is how I'm going to train you. But you train everyone different. Do you know what I'm saying? So, again, it don't mean nothing. The same with Max Kellerman as well. Do you know what I mean? Max ain't got no 40-inch vertical, blood, but man, respect Max, blood, whether it's boxing, whether it's basketball, whether it's football, whatever. They even respect Max in the boxing game, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know Max ain't laying man out in the pub. You know, like that. And this is what it is, bro. So just because you played something at an elite level, that doesn't mean you understand the mechanics of it.
100%.
Period. Do you know what I mean? So that just because man was good at a sport, that doesn't mean, look, man, even saying Paul Merson, he was a very good footballer, you know. You wouldn't know when he opens his mouth.
A great footballer.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? But as a pundit, do you know what I'm saying? But he's there for the comedy. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, imagine Floyd Mayweather.
Exactly.
As a pundit.
Yeah. That's it.
Hey, Floyd could tell you how he would do them.
Actually, there was one fight he was a pundit for still. I can't remember, years ago, bro. But he just, bro, we all know what he was like.
Floyd would just tell you, listen, I'd beat him. That's all you need to know.
That's it. He'll talk about beating or he'll bring it to money somehow still.
Bro, but that's it, bro. Floyd ain't gonna sit there, yeah, and just break down the whole thing. He's like, listen, I'll just beat him up. You know, like that, fam. You know, like that. Man, Floyd ain't about to go here and analyze all these different things. Them man are saying that Floyd can't even read like that. and he's a great businessman. You know why he's a great businessman? Because he has great people around him to advise him and he makes smart investments. But Floyd ain't reading the Wall Street Journal.
No.
Man can't read.
I ain't reading it. Exactly.
See what I'm saying? But he's got people around him that can read.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And that's what it
And,
is.
and a great example of that is someone like David Beckham, bro. David Beckham's intelligence to buy that football club and to everything that he's built around himself in terms of his career outside of the football, like we spoke about a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, he's already famous anyway, but how well he's transitioned. And
bro, they were making fun of David Beckham's voice and that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But he's got, you can tell he's got an intelligent team around him. He's probably his PR manager and stuff, bro. They're
his wife, bro.
Exactly, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Their team is his team's probably that hard all the way through that he's just making great business decisions. You think David Beckham's woke up one day on his own and was like, I'm gonna buy a football club over it. And I'm gonna do it, bro. Come on, man.
It's his wife, bro. Like my man said, the athlete's job is to follow instructions, not to learn why, bro. You don't have to learn why. If man's getting you do power cleans, yeah, because it's gonna improve your vertical jump, you don't need to know what fast twitch muscle fibers, what this, that, bruv. You don't need to know all that.
At the time, you ain't got the time to keep asking
why that. Man said, yo, just do this lift and then eat your fucking chicken and have your protein shake. That man are just, bruv, they got nutritionists. They don't care about the macros. These things are done for them. Do you know what I'm saying? These men ain't got time to learn about that. They just want to train, eat, sleep, repeat. That's it. These men are not learning why they do things. So because they're not learning why they do things, why are you going to hire them as pundits or hire them to analyze, bro? Get the guys that were training them.
You're right. 100%. That would make sense. But because they ain't got the name and the clout, that's why they choose the other person, which is dumb, innit? They really bring in the coaches. They're the ones who understand fundamentally, and they can explain. Bro, it's one thing understanding, but they're also pretty good at explaining it. Because if they weren't good at explaining it, they wouldn't have been able to get people to do it. Simple. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's mad. Like someone even just mentioned, even in boxing, someone like Malinagi, like he's someone who's just good.
He's a great pundit, though, Paul.
He's a great pundit, and he's also good at talking as well.
Good at talking. He's a trash talker, bro. He checks. He's the guy.
Exactly, and sometimes, and that helps as well. Do you know what I mean? And that's something that unfortunately players like Paul Scholes doesn't have. He's not good at talking.
Yeah.
But anyway,
but that's what I'm saying. And Andre Ward's mad intelligent as well, and you can tell like he understands. But he was an intelligent fighter, bro. You can see how he fought and how he broke people down. Do you know what I mean? But also like his coach Virgil and that, and I think Virgil's like, I can't remember how they're related. I feel like it's like his godfather or his stepdad or something, one of them things, bruv. But he's always had that intelligence around him. You know the man. And that's just what it is. So he's like, you can tell he's a student of boxing. A lot of boxers aren't students of boxing. A lot of boxers don't even watch boxing when they're not fighting. You'll be surprised to hear that. But a lot of them don't. And same with footballers. A lot of footballers, when they go home, they don't
all these footballers
they don't watch football when they go home.
They don't love the game like that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a job to them, like a paper round. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like a shopkeeper. These managers doing that for a living. They're blessed to be good at the game. They're blessed to be good at football, and obviously they love their team and they want to win. But they don't care about it like that. To be like watching hours of football. They're not. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not obsessed with the game like some. And to be a good manager, a lot of these, to be a manager, you need to be obsessed with the game. You need to spend, bro. Some of these managers spend like 4 hours analyzing the same game. That's already gone. That's already happened. The game's done already. And they'll sit in front of a TV. Yeah. And I can't remember what documentary even was talking about it. Which manager they were talking about. Bro, they'll watch the same football match 3 times over. 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, and take notes. Bro, do you think people who don't love the game is gonna do that? Bro, come on.
That's it. And look at that, bro. That man said, bruv, Cristiano said he'd rather watch UFC, yeah. Neymar said he don't watch football. I believe that. A lot of these footballers don't watch football. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why you wouldn't want these men as pundits. Because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, with all due respect. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, bro. Man said he prefers watching boxing over football because these men are not students. These men are talented footballers. They're not students of the game. That's why people like Danny Higginbottom and stuff, yeah, that he's a very, very good pundit because you could tell that he's a student of football. Like he will just watch football obsessively, bro. And that's what it is. A lot of footballers aren't like that, bro. Do you know what I mean? They're good players, but they don't study the game.
Do you know who would be a good English manager? Yeah, that's why I said English manager. So I'm saying low expectations, but he will do a good job. Someone like James Milner.
Yeah.
because he's just bro. He's just a fundamental lover of football. Do you know what I'm saying? Getting
And
stuck.
also, you can tell his IQ of football from the amount of different positions he's been able to play in his career successfully, bro. He can play left back as good as he can play right back, centre mid, left wing, striker.
And he'll learn these roles. Do you know what I'm saying?
He'll learn the roles. He knows when to make the run, when to stay, when to pass, bro. Like his IQ is so high. Out of all of them, yeah, I give him the best chance of being a top coach, even though he probably won't want to be. But he's got the IQ, and you can tell by the way he plays, he's got that.
For real.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Most of these other men, they're just vibes, bro. They're good at football. It's just a vibes thing. As soon as they retire, might do a Sky Sports thing, chat about it, make a bit of peace. But bruv, them man don't love the game.
And you got to think about sometimes how people are fundamentally as well, like which we haven't even spoke about. But like players like Cristiano, bro. You think Cristiano's working on, bro? Do you know how many young ballers he's probably played around, bro, trying to ask for his help? Do you think players like Messi and Ronaldo is helping, man, bro? They're coming in doing it, bro. I don't see it in it. I don't think he's like that. Like, I can't see Ronaldo being the sort of player who cares enough to be a manager where he's got to spend so much time getting people better. He just strikes me as he's come into this game to become one of the greatest of all time, which he's done 100%. But fundamentally, people like him and Messi, how much are they transferable like that? Because if you look at someone like Milner, you could tell he'll spend 2 hours after training.
Bro, he even goes and watches the under-21s games.
Bro, you can tell players like Curtis, bro, like he will spend 2 hours after the game sitting with him and helping him. Do you think Ronaldo or Messi's doing that? I'm not comparing, bro, at any point in their career. Not, bro. They're just the best player. They're coming in. Do you know what I'm saying? If they know players are crap, they'll just probably look at them and keep it moving. And that's it. And if you're like that as a player, you're most likely not going to be a good manager or a manager at all. That's it. You've got to care about others. Simple.
Exactly. And yo, question on the screen before we wrap up, bro. Like, what do you think about that?
Why do you think that the best coaches and pundits weren't the best during their playing careers? What basically? What's that question mean? What saying?
Like, apart from Zidane, yeah, like there's no real elite top level coaches players that became coaches. Pep was good, but he wasn't great.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, what, bro? It's exactly what I've pretty much just mentioned, bro. Like, I think to be one of the best players of all time, you got to have such a fundamental. What's the word? You got to be kind of
single-minded.
Yeah, single-minded. You got to be single-minded, bro. Like, you can't be that sort of team player, or you just won't be one of the greatest. And most of the greatest players of all time, they were single-minded. And if you have that mentality, you can't be a manager that cares for 30 or 40 players and coaches week in, week out, and you're kind of not worrying about yourself. So that's the reason why I think. Simple.
I get that, but also, it's a mad one because I think it comes down to personalities as well, because I think I don't know. I think certain men, I don't know. Like, I think that to get to the top level at anything, you have to be obsessive, innit? You have to be. It just depends on what you're obsessive about. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. Like, Ronaldo's obsessive, but Ronaldo's obsessive about himself, not the game. Do you know what I mean? He's not obsessive about the game of football. Like, and you said, he'd rather watch flipping UFC or boxing.
Bro, Ronaldo don't even look happy when his own team scores and it's not him. So, bro, he probably don't care about nothing else about putting his own numbers on that board, bro. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
He's a sort of man, honestly. You know how they asked him cliche questions in interviews, like about, oh, I bet you're going for, towards the end of the season where they're saying, they're talking to Kane or something, and they're saying, oh, you're going for Golden Boot. And then they'll always say the cliche answer, oh, that doesn't matter. I just want to win a trophy for Tottenham or whatever.
Yeah.
So, Ronaldo's the sort of player that deep down he's probably thinking, I'll rather win a Golden Boot than a trophy.
Yeah, it's true. That's it, because it's all about accolades for himself, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. There's such a few, like my man saying Cruyff, Beckenbauer, Rijkaard. Bro, look how far back you're going.
Man's going into the 80s and that. And 90s.
You know what I mean? Man are going so far back, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's just what it is, bro. It's a mad thing. The thing is, it depends on your personality, and also it depends on bro, the facts are a lot of these men are not intellectual, bro. Do you know what I mean? And there's a science to football, just like there's a science to boxing, there's a science to everything, there's a science to golf. And the thing is, yeah, there's not one way to do any of it because there's different sciences in it. But ultimately, yeah, if you're not a nerd, yeah, and you're not into this kind of thing, you can't do it.
Yeah.
You know them ones there, bro. Like, man said what works for me as a coach, bro. Like, the thing is with me, yeah, I am obsessive, bro. Like, when I put my mind to something, I'm obsessive. Like, when my team lose, yeah, I can't sleep because I'm thinking about the game. I'm thinking about the mistakes. I'm thinking about what I could have done, what changes I could have made sooner. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, you can't legislate for players underperforming or players making mistakes and stuff, but what you can legislate for is, yo, maybe I should have gone with a 2 up front instead of a 1. Maybe I should have played maybe quicker players at the back. But the difference is with me, yeah, because I'm not coaching at a top level, yeah, I can't do my research on the team before. So I don't know if they got quick wingers. I don't know if they play a 2 up front or 1 up front. You kind of have to think on your toes. If I was given all these tools, I'd probably coach in a similar style to like Bielsa, bro. Like, I would know everything about the opposition before the game. I'd know everything about my players. I'd know the weight of my players. I'd know the height of my players. I know everything, bro. Because I would want to be in control of everything, bro.
And that's being obsessive. That's what makes it elite from that perspective. Do you know what I mean? That you have to care about all those factors. And there's managers that do it in different ways. Do you know what I'm saying? There could be there's managers that are obsessive over, you know, what the players say and do, like Sir Alex Ferguson. There's players, there's managers that are obsessive about the style of play. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Wenger, Pep. Then there's even Mourinho who's obsessive about getting under the skin of the other team and the other manager.
Yeah. But Mourinho's a spoiler though. Do you know what I'm saying? And look, my man said he called Iron Robin at 2 a.m. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like, bro. I can't sleep, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if I know I've got a game on Sunday, bro, I've already picked the team the Monday before the Sunday, bro. I already know what squad I'm gonna have. I know who's playing where. I know everything, bro. I'm just thinking about the game, like, the whole time.
And that's what we sometimes meant like when we've always been saying about like all this kiss the badge managers and play for the badge managers. It's just managers that run off passion and energy rather than, like, do you know what I'm saying? See you boys.
And their actual love for the game and the obsession for the game, bro. Even when you hear them analyze the game and you see, like I said, people like Roy Keane, these men don't talk about tactics not once when they're in the studio because they don't care about the game to that level, bro. It's all superficial. It's all a superficial level. Oh, he's running around. I like him. Do you know what I'm saying? He's showing great passion. Oh, yeah, I love McTominay because he runs around. You can't tell me what he's done in the game, though.
Yeah, that's because they didn't watch it. They were eating, like you said, they're eating tea and biscuits, bro.
Oh, they didn't watch it, bro. I mean, and that's just the God's honest truth, bro. So it's like, even when I was training for my fight, yeah, it's like I was training like twice a day. I was eating well, all of these things. I was training like I was a proper fighter, and I'm not, and I wasn't. But I was like, bro, if I just say, oh yeah, it's only an exhibition match, yeah, and I cut corners and then I lose because I was too complacent, I'd never be able to forgive myself. Now I know if I train properly, I eat properly, I sleep properly, and then I still end up not getting the result, at least I could say, you know what, there's nothing I could have done differently. So for them 8 weeks leading up to the fight, bro, man done everything spot on. Do you know what I mean? Everything spot on. And then the weekend before I had a wedding, so I went out to Ireland and that, and people saw me on Snapchat and that, like, obviously having a drink and dancing and all that, yeah, and people thought, oh yeah, his head's not in the game, but all the work's already been done, mate.
All the work's been done.
All the work's already been done because I literally smashed myself to bits for 7 weeks, bro. Was training 2-3 times a day. I was training at night time, bro. Do you know what I mean? It was Ramadan. My boys were coming into the gym. I was opening up the gym and we were training at 11 o'clock at night. Do you know what I'm saying? So like we were training late, bro. Like I did everything I needed to do. Do you know what I mean? For 7 weeks. And then the last weekend before the fight, I went away for a wedding and they were like, oh yeah, look at Rants. He's on holiday, dancing and sipping champagne and we're out here working. Bro, I already done the work. And then I stopped, man. Early doors, you know, like, and that's what it is, bro. Like, no stones unturned, bro. And as a manager, it'll be the same. I'll know everything about my players. Everything, bro. I'd want to know. I want to know everything from what they're eating before the games. I need to know everything, fam.
But that's it. And it's like, but then that's why when you talk about kiss the badge managers, those managers, because they fundamentally only care about passion, energy, or the players liking you, they are worried about asking those extra questions and being under the skin of those questions because they don't want players to not like them. So sometimes it's like, and that's why I think the balance is crazy. And most managers have not got it all. No one's saying any manager's got all these attributes we're talking about today, but you got to be good at one of these factors that really are important in it. And like you just said, you've got to obsess on something. You got to be obsessive from some aspect. And all these men that we're talking about, especially the man even behind you in that picture, Frank, bro, there's no clarity.
He's just doing it because his fucking uncle did it and his dad did it. That's what it looks like.
His family's in the game. That's it.
Yeah, his family's in the game, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's all it is. Now, I mean, before we wrap up, yes, it is different in America. And we already touched on that, bro. You lot have a whole collegiate system, bro. Have you heard NBA players talk in interviews? They're so fucking intelligent.
NBA players intelligent still.
So intelligent, bro. All of them, because they don't have a choice.
Bro, it's not
if you don't get the grade, you can't play football, you can't play basketball. And then if you can't play basketball, you can't make it to the league. So
let me just make it clear for anyone who hasn't looked into it, yeah, bro. The way the US, yeah, one of the best things that they do over there is the way that their whole school system with sports, bro. Like their whole system. So much so, yeah, that people are lucky that MLS can't be in like the Champions League and all of that stuff, because in about 5 to 10 years, the way these men figure it out, once they figure it out, they're clear, bro.
If the United States invested a similar amount of money into soccer, yeah, that other man, they're going clear, bro, because they've got the population, they've already got the coaches in terms of the physical coaches, and bro, like they'll just bring in the right foreign coaches to coach their team, like they brought in Klinsmann and that, bro. They'll just do it, bro, and they're gone, and they're gone, just like that.
Mad.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. Do you know what I mean? And also in America, it's not this taking part that counts bullshit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like these men are winners, bro, by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? So trust me. Nah, bro. Like big up everyone inside. Make sure you smash the like button. Let's get the likes to views ratio up. Big show again. You know them ones. That's what we like doing. We like just breaking things down. Do you know what I mean? Talking about multiple subjects. Wavy show. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up everyone inside. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up everyone inside. We're back at 7:15 for all your match build up. United Fulham. I'm back here with Saeed. Like Adam's got a lot of personal stuff on at the moment. So do you know what I mean? He's taking a step back from a few collabs and stuff like that until he gets it all together. So big up Adam. Do you know what I'm saying? Hopefully he gets everything sorted and that. But yo, people, we're back again at 7:15. Make sure you're locked in. Do you know what I mean? Make sure you're locked in. Make sure you follow Akeem. I mean, the ads at the bottom of the screen, and make sure you subscribe to Cheeky Sport as well. A lot more content coming out there. And also, me and Joel are filming something on Friday again. So, you know what I mean? If you lot enjoyed the stuff we did for Adidas, then we got like a lot more of that coming. So, yeah, man. What's that, bro?
Someone just dropped a super chat, yeah, just to read out before you go.
Yeah, 100%. If Americans were interested in football like that, bro, they can be anything they want because they've got the infrastructure. Even when United go pre-season, they go to UCLA, bruv, to use their stuff. Like, you know what I mean? The equipment that these kids are using at uni, yeah, is better than what the pros are using here.
Trust me.
It's a different world, America. So big up everyone in the States as well, boy. They're my highest PCM as well, bruv. You lot are the ones throwing the money at me. I love you lot. You know, like that. So it's a mad thing, but big up everyone. 7:15. We're back here. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully it'll be another top of the league talk tonight. You know them ones, like get back where we belong. Know what I mean? After another win against Fulham. So big up everyone.